one. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to License to View. This is a podcast on the internet where two best friends get together and talk about pop culture, movies,
Yes.
TV, anime, comic books, action figures, all that stuff. I'm Jason, that's Zach, and we're back again with episode 93
93,
of
baby.
this podcast. We're closing in on 100, even though
close.
in reality we should probably be in the late 250s or something.
I mean, if we've been going consistently since when we started, I'm pretty sure we'd probably be close to 300 at this point.
Yeah, most likely, and that's okay. I mean, we all
Yeah.
have our own journeys.
Yeah, man.
But it's an early morning on a Saturday,
Yes.
so we're gonna find our energy going as we continue the episode.
I gotta tell you, dude, I've got quite a bit of energy right now. I'm pretty jacked up for this day
Oh,
because
man.
I got a trip to make today.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it.
Where are you going?
So I did a little bit of research beforehand. It's going to be about an hour car ride, but it's in Lakeland, Florida. It's at a hotel convention center there. So as soon as we get off this, I'm probably going to hop in the wheels and head on out to that toy convention and see if there's anything good I can scrap up there.
Well, what are the hours for this thing?
It
Is it all
starts
day?
at 9 and the early bird ends at 11. I think it ends completely at like 5 or so.
Okay, so you'll be fine either way.
3, yeah, but I should still be fine. I mean, if I get there, finish this around probably like 11 o'clock or so is our average, and so I'll get there around noon. I should have like a good solid like 2.5 hours to scope out the shit. So
Yeah, and
I'm not
obviously,
too.
as we go through the new stuff, if we gotta start chopping stuff down, it's no issue. We can chop stuff down. But with that being said, what are you drinking? Is that a soda?
Just some Pepsi. That's some soda, some classic Pepsi.
First off, did you have 2 liter or did you have a can?
Oh, it's 2 liter.
I was gonna say because if you
Oh yeah, I
open the
got
can,
myself. Papa was in the house last night. Papa was in the house. He stopped by, and so whenever I get Papa, I always get the 2 liter, because I really don't buy 2 liters any other time besides then. So
yeah, who does?
yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say
Except
that, but no,
for
my
parents.
parents. Well, I feel like it's even parents. I feel like it's mostly just a party thing. Like you get 2 liters for parties, because it's easier to just buy a couple of 2 liters than like have like a bunch of cases of like 12 whatever soda for party goers, and it's easier to just like have 2 liters in plastic cups and just be
See,
like
I
go
go.
to town.
My household goes 35 packs.
35 pack. Oh,
Yeah.
you're going for the big
The
boys.
Sam's Clubs because
All right.
my SO drinks Diet Coke like water.
Right. Yeah.
Also, she never finishes Diet Coke. So when we're picking up cans, half of them have so much shit
Yeah.
still.
I think my household would probably have been closer to that, but my mom hates the taste of like Diet Coke or any sort of soda from a can. So usually she's either buying the bottles, or what she normally does is her big thing back when I was like in high school was she would go to either McDonald's or Chick-fil-A every morning, and she would not get breakfast for herself, but she would get a large fountain like Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, and that would be her thing throughout the day. And then if she wanted to,
Throughout the
like,
day, what?
yeah, well, I mean, like, she'd start off with that, and then if she refilled it, she would have
okay.
like probably like bottles or something like that. And she'd
Okay.
just put that in the cup. But
I was thought you were saying like she get this one soda and that lasts me a car drive.
no, that one soda probably lasts you like an hour,
That's
maybe.
a half a car drive for me, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, it's yeah, but so we didn't buy cans as much. I mean, we didn't, like me, my brothers and my dad didn't mind drinking out of cans, but my mom just wasn't for her, and so a lot of times it was.
Well, we mentioned this before on the pod, but I don't remember what your answer was. Were you a Coke or Pepsi house?
I think it changed because when we were in Indiana, I think it changed with um, because in Indiana, that state is really a Pepsi state, especially like I think it depended on like the restaurants that we go to because restaurants in Indiana, a lot of them were Pepsi restaurants, and so you really couldn't get Coke. And so my mom always drank Diet Pepsi, like that was always her thing, that she would always drink that. But when we moved down to South Carolina, a lot of restaurants in South Carolina are Coke restaurants, and so she started drinking more Diet Coke. And I really don't find that much of a difference. But I mean, if I had to choose between the two, I choose Pepsi. I don't know why, but I've
And,
started drinking a lot more Pepsi.
it's so weird to me. I grew up. A, from a Pepsi house.
Hmm.
That's just what I grew up. My dad always drank Pepsi, and he's from Missouri, so maybe Missouri's a Pepsi place. I don't know. I'm sure we can pull up the map, but
Yeah.
he spent a lot of his life in Georgia, which is
Hmm.
obviously Coke
Yeah, that's
territory.
Coke. That's Coke country
But
right
it's so
there.
weird to me because like Pepsi's from
Yeah,
Carolinas.
yeah. That was the thing. Well, I think Coke is from Carolinas too,
It's from
because there's an
Atlanta.
actual. Yeah, because
It's
there's
from
an yeah,
Atlanta.
because Atlanta has the Coke factory or the
No,
Coke
Coke's
museum.
Coke's from Atlanta, but Pepsi's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
So the idea that like every people love Coke down in the South, I don't understand why. I mean, I like Coke. I
Yeah.
drink Coke all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
I
but
drink I drink both, but I think I usually tend to gravitate more towards Pepsi, I feel like.
well then, not to tread on waters that we've already treaded, but what is the soda for you then?
I'm a Mountain Dew boy. I love Mountain
Mountain
Dew.
Dew. Are you a Game Fuel
Yeah.
guy, Code Red guy, or basic?
Um
Standard.
uh I think I've started drinking a lot more of their it's not the Game Fuel, is it? But they have the weird I think Game Fuel's a part of it, but they have their like energy drink what they have with the weird tops,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sliding
that's
tops.
Game Fuel. Yeah.
They have that. They have like a I can't remember what kind of flavor it is, but it's like a turquoise can. I think it's like watermelon or something like
Uh
that. And
huh. Right.
I dig this. So I was like, that's a big one for me. So I really like that flavor. But I think before that came out, I was really just a standard Mountain Dew, just classic lemon lime coloring for me.
What would you go for, like a yellow, mellow yellow, or like, or would you only
Um,
get Dew? Was Dew the thing?
Dew is the thing that I would go to. I mean, I would choose Mellow Yellow if like I was in a restaurant and I didn't have a choice of picking Mountain Dew. But if I have the choice of picking Mountain Dew, I'm gonna pick Mountain Dew.
Like if the server came back to you and was like, "Sorry, we don't have
We don't have Mountain
Mountain Dew.
Dew. I'd be like, all
We have
right,
mellow
give me a
yellow."
Mellow Yellow.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a Dr Pepper head.
I've never been that much into Dr. Pepper that much. My brother has. He loves Dr.
I
Pepper, but
love
I,
Dr
I don't know
Pepper,
what it is.
but I realized I get Dr Pepper all the time. It's one of
Hmm.
my standard drinks. I love the way it tastes.
Yeah.
I didn't know people thought it tasted like medicine. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Yeah, I don't know if it's medicine, but it doesn't taste like normal soda. It has a different taste to
Yeah,
it.
I don't see that. I taste
Yeah.
greatness. But I realized actually from stopping at gas stations so often,
Hmm.
for some reason, because I'm a piece of shit, I guess, I don't know. Just going to gas stations, I've been on the hunt for
Hmm.
Mr. Pibb.
Oh yeah.
And I was telling my
So wait,
girlfriend,
is Dr. Pepper the Coke brand, right? And
so,
then
so
Pibb
here,
is the Pepsi.
my basic understanding of Dr. Pepper is
Hmm.
that it's a third party, it's its own thing.
Okay.
But in certain territories, Coke or Pepsi will bottle it. So there's
Oh,
certain parts of the country that are specifically Coke have a deal with Dr. Pepper, and then Pepsi has a deal with Dr. Pepper. Um,
interesting.
but Coke has their own, which is Pibb.
Yeah.
And I, for some reason, I just really love Mr.
Oh yeah,
Pibb.
because Pepsi has their own, because it's like Dr. Thunder or something, right?
Dr. Thunder is like Walmart.
Okay.
And then if you go to Aldi, there's Dr. Dazzle.
Dr. Daz, now that's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that one.
So I like that kind of soda, and I've been on the hunt for Pibb just constantly because it's so rare to find where I'm at for some reason. I just don't know. I feel like I could find it a ton before, but now I really can't. It's like
Yeah.
specific gas stations. So when I see it, I get like two or three bottles I've never seen a Pib can. I remember being like, I
Yeah, I never
found
have
one.
either.
I found a bottle like probably a couple weeks ago, and I was drinking it. And I was really enjoying it, and it's called cherry flavored like cherry spiced cola or whatever the fuck is what the bottle says.
Mhm.
And I'm drinking it, and I'm like, I like this way more than Dr Pepper. I really do. I don't know if it's because of just like it's more limited to me or whatever, but
Maybe.
I'm drink.
Is it the cherry? Like if you tried cherry Dr. Pepper?
But Dr Pepper itself is supposed to have those 23 flavors, or whatever, and
Yeah.
so I'm drinking this Pib, and I keep calling it Mr. Pibb. And I'm looking at the bottle. The bottle says Pib Extra, right? And I'm like,
Huh.
okay, so I know it says Pib Extra has that really shitty graphic design from the 90s
Yeah.
or like 2000s, and I'm like, why do I call this Mr. Pibb?
There is a Mr. Pibb, I thought. Isn't there?
So I was like thinking it was like a Mandela effect, where I'm like, oh, I just heard it somewhere and I thought it was called Mr. Pibb, but then I Googled it, and it's because we're too young. But like
Hmm.
up until our childhood, it was called Mr. Pibb.
Interesting.
And then like
Okay.
somewhere like in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, they changed it to Pibb Extra. So my
Huh.
dad likes Dr. Pepper and likes Mr. Pibb, so he just whenever he would get it, he just called it Mr. Pibb even after they changed it
Right.
to Pibb Extra. So now I just always call it Mr. Pibb.
Hmm. Makes
That's
sense.
that's it. That's all. That's the whole story. But my favorite soda is that, with follow ups
Okay.
being like I like Pepsi a lot. I like regular. I've been starting to really enjoy regular Coke.
I've been really more of a fan. I really like Coke Zero, I
Yeah,
think.
Coke Zero is good.
Um, I think the Pepsi version is like, is Pepsi Max that, or is there like a Pepsi Zero? I can't remember.
Yeah, it used to be Pepsi One. I
Okay.
think it's Pepsi Max now, or I think either Pepsi One might have been the old one, and then now it's
Mm,
Pepsi Max, or Pepsi
yeah.
Zero Cal. That's Coke Zero Cal.
Coke Zero Cal,
I
yeah.
think Pepsi Max is what Pepsi One used to
I think
be.
it is, yeah.
It was supposed to be like Pepsi One Calorie, which is Pepsi Max, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I have like a hierarchy. So if I don't, Thunder or Dr Pepper slash Pib,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's usually like a regular Pepsi or a regular Coke,
Mm-hmm.
and then if I'm feeling like I want some like fruity, like I don't want cola, I want like fruity.
Okay.
Number one is always like a Code Red and
Hmm.
or like
I feel
a
like if I was having that feeling, my number one thing would always probably be for like Crush. I feel like.
overly like that more than Sunkissed.
Yeah, I think so. Probably because I think I've said this on the podcast before, but when I was a kid, my grandma used to buy us the glass bottles of Crush, and
Mm.
so I was always ended up leaning more towards Crush than like Sunkissed.
What about Fanta?
I don't actually think I ever remember drinking Fanta. I don't think I've ever like had like any of the flavors of Fanta before. Is it
Really?
Fanta or is it Fanta?
I think it's I don't know.
Because
'Cause
all I remember is the commercial where they say "want a Fanta."
yeah, maybe it's Fanta.
I can't remember.
Isn't it German?
Is it?
Like, isn't it a German thing that Coke bought?
Possibly.
I'm googling it right
It
now.
definitely doesn't sound American. It sounds weird as fuck.
Okay, so Fanta originated as a Coca-Cola substitute during the American trade embargo of Nazi Germany,
Oh, it's
which
Nazi
affected the
soda. Oh my
availability of
goodness.
Coca-Cola ingredients in 1940.
Woo.
Yeah, it's German. Created by Max Keith, German
Fanta's
businessman
about to be
whose
canceled
had,
then.
I guess he's
It's
like
not.
I guess he was like the German. Well, I don't think. I think he was more so. He was like a German guy who worked for Coke in Germany.
Mm-mm. Okay.
He's
Interesting.
the Coke guy in Germany. And he's like, oh shit, we can't bring in Coke, so we have to make our own thing.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
was there like a cola version of Fanta then?
Uh,
You see what I'm saying? Like because Fanta now is all fruit shit.
yeah. I don't know if there was. I don't feel like there was. I don't remember
Did
anything.
Did you ever drink when you were a kid Twister,
Twister.
like a juice?
I don't think so.
Let's see if I can find Twister. I
I don't,
loved
don't remember Twister.
this as a kid, man. Oh my
Twister.
god, Twister! Search Google images Twister juice, And
It's the Tropicana stuff.
you'll see the bottles. I fucking love these things as a kid, dude.
I don't think I ever had this.
This is like my jam as a kid. The red one, the blue one, man. I drank this
Hmm.
shit so much.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had that.
My standard, I've mentioned this before, my parents didn't care about my health. Um, my standard operating plan for like Friday nights when I was a kid and my parents didn't want to take care of me
Hmm.
was like go to rent DVDs or VHS tapes from insert video store, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if it was on the base, if it was a shopette, which is like a like a gas station convenience store that also had a section for movies, that I would rent like a Jackie Chan, like Who Am I Jackie Chan, maybe like some sort of like WWF compilation thing, and
Hmm.
some other RoboCop or something, and then I would get a Twister or a Powerade or like a fucking some sort of other juicy drink. I
Hmm.
would get trolley eggs, and then I would
I remember
get
those.
yeah trolley eggs. They still make them. I had them actually recently. Trolley eggs, and then
Okay.
I would get when they used to make the Frito pack, where it's like a pack of Fritos, large Fritos, with the
Yeah.
dip in it. I would eat that, or
Huh.
conversely, I would get a bag of chips, and then for myself, and then a thing of French onion dip for myself,
Oh, that French onion dip. Oh
which
God.
I consistently eat French onion dip still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I started doing that recently, where I've started. I don't know why I never did it before, but yeah, I've started buying the dips that they always have in the chip aisle with the French onion. I've really started digging into queso because, god damn it, that
If
Fritos
you,
queso that
dude,
they
if
sell
you're
at the store is
so
fucking.
the greatest
Mwah.
thing my girlfriend's ever done for me ever, and this is more than companionship, is that she introduced me to Dean's French onion dip.
Dean's.
So you can
Okay.
find it at Walmart. You can find it at Target. It's in a green, not canister, but tub.
Okay.
And I used to only ever eat like French onion dip from like Fritos or the other little small can.
Hmm.
She said you should try Dean's, so we bought it one day, and it literally changed my life.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it. I have a thing in the
You
refrigerator
can
right
find
now.
it at Walmart?
For Walmart, Target, yeah, it is called Dean's.
Interesting.
It's in. It's going to be refrigerated though.
Okay.
So if you're at Walmart, it's next to like the I believe it's next to like the cream cheese and stuff like that, like kind of near
Interesting.
like the cinnamon rolls and stuff like that. It's near there, and it is my favorite dip of all time.
Okay.
It is amazing.
I'll have to try it out then.
So a bag of, I think my girlfriend.
So, so what did you, so you chose, is that still your chip of choice for dips? Is Fritos?
Oh no! I'm a Ruffles guy.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, Ruffles got ribbage.
for dip, like,
Hmm.
and it's hard because like obviously there's kind of like that rule of like if you get queso, you should be using like a
You should be
Tostito.
using, yeah, Tostitos, yeah.
And if I'm going for queso for that, I'm gonna use a scoop.
Right.
I'm a scoop
You
fan.
got to get a scoop.
You
Yeah.
know, if I'm doing like French onion, then I'm a ridged chip.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I think I would still go with the Fritos scoops if I was doing French onion too, though. I think that could still work.
I've definitely have tried Tostito type chips with French onion, and it's still good because the French onion is so
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
But the Ruffle tastes really good.
Yeah.
The problem is that they break.
Yeah, that's the main problem. I wish Ruffles would have like a scoop chip. That would be good.
Yeah, they would need that. Yeah, it would have no integrity though.
You could put
How
ridges in a dip or in a scoop
how many times have you dipped a French or a Ridge chip, whether it's a Lay's Ridge or a Ruffle, and it was broke in the dip
all the time.
all the
It's
time?
like it's 50, it's 50-50 if it's going
It
to break or
literally
not.
is. Also, my problem with Ruffles is that like you have if you have if I'm dividing the bag into thirds,
Hmm.
like top, middle, bottom,
Hmm.
it's really like the top portion's only good, and in the middle to the bottom of the bag are all broken ass pieces of shit.
Yeah, they're really hard to dip.
Yeah, they're hard. They're hard.
Yeah.
Um, well, as we exit chip and soda talk, which I think my girlfriend's busy today. I don't know for sure
Mm.
yet. I just woke up.
Yeah.
I think her parents are coming to town, and
Mm.
she said something last night where it seemed like I didn't have to go. So if I don't, I'm probably gonna buy
I mean, I'm about to go buy some
French
this
onion dip
this
and
Dean French onion dip. I gotta check the
also
source.
just for a heads up. I don't know if the thing says it or not, but you have to mix it first. It's
Okay.
already made. It's just coagulated. So you gotta mix it first. So if you open it, it looks gross. You have to mix it up,
Okay.
and then it's bada boom, bada bing.
Okay.
You're set for a movie or a TV show.
Okay. I'm always down for that. I might
That's
use it
like,
to read, so we'll
oh,
see.
okay, okay. Well, Zach, what have you been up to the last week, man?
Oh, Jason, it's been a busy week here in the Grieger household. So
Mm-hmm.
first of all, let's get this out of the way. I
Okay.
beat Tsushima.
Yeah.
Um, this game is
Excellent!
I don't know what else to say about it gameplay wise that I haven't already said. Although I will say that I think the thing that was getting me kind of worn out was the amount of side content that I was doing. Specifically, it was like not even doing like villager side content, but like even the stuff with like the other characters that you have that they have their own little side content. There's just a lot to get through.
Right.
Um, and to really get through all of their stories before I like went through the main thing was like kind of dragging me out because a lot of those were things that I've talked about before where it's kind of repetitive and grindy and
Yeah.
super annoying when you're doing like a bunch of them in a row. But that being said, going into the actual like main content of the story, especially in like the latter half, um, I was enjoying the ride quite a bit, especially all the stuff with like the Khotan Khan and when you actually like have his showdown and like at the port at the end of the game. It's the middle of the ice storm. You're getting all these sick powers. You get the ghost stance, which is like fucking insta kill mechanic, which is fucking sick as fuck. You actually feel like a badass samurai, just like fucking cutting down dudes left and right. Um, so that was cool. Um, he has a long, drawn out boss battle, which was super contrived at some points because I don't know. You probably haven't gotten any farther in the game,
No.
but once you start getting into duels, it doesn't matter what skills you have. There are still characters that have like unblockable shit that you can't parry, even if you have like all the upgraded stuff to be able to parry like all these different things. You can't do that against like you can't do it in like one-on-one duels. And especially in the later half of the game, there are bosses where it's like 75% of the shit that they're throwing out is like unblockable. So
Mm.
you're constantly having to dodge and do like tedious bullshit that like doesn't make you feel like a samurai, first of all. Um, but it's like that's half his boss battle because he's like, especially in the first like one-on-one duel you have, he's like he carries around a giant fucking spear. And it's like half the shit is like he has long ass reach, and you're just constantly dodging and trying to run up and swipe him, as little as you can. And then eventually he might try to do like a normal attack, and if you're not ready, he's gonna bop you in the
Mm.
fucking nose because he hits like that super fast. So it got super tedious at some point. But but I enjoyed that boss battle overall. And then I had to face my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they just really try to make you care about the relationship between these two characters. And I just didn't give a fuck about
Yeah.
his uncle. Like I was already at the point where I was like, I don't understand because his uncle's wrong. Like his uncle's flat out wrong. And there's no point where I like ever felt like, oh, he should like do it to like be on terms with. I was like, no, your uncle's fucking wrong. He's
Yeah.
literally like sending people off to their deaths. You have the right idea, Jin. You fucking killed a Khotan Khan. You're the hero of this story. And regardless of the fact that you might have given the Mongols poison, you stopped them from getting it off the island. So
Yeah.
all's well that ends well. Uh, and then your uncle tries to kill you because the shogun did it because regardless of all this shit of like honor and stuff, like it just felt like his uncle's such a weak-willed person, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't respect that at all. But I did spare his life and then walked away. You get some sick ass armor at the end though, where you get your ghost armor and it's all painted red, which looks kind of sick. But I'm probably never gonna play the game again because I did
Yeah.
all the side content that I wanted to do. Um, and I really don't care about platinum, so there's no reason for me to like keep playing. So, but the armor looks sick. You got some really cool masks. I took down the Koton Khan while wearing a bushy mustache, which was really fun.
That's cool.
But I mean, overall, I think I enjoyed the game a lot. But it's just the same thing. It's Samurai Assassin's Creed. If you like Assassin's Creed, you're gonna like this game. It felt like old Assassin's Creed, which is probably why I liked it a little bit more because I don't hate it, but I'm not a fan of the bloated Assassin's Creed that is currently being done by Ubisoft. I like the RPG mechanics, but a lot of the stories in like Odyssey and Origins was just like it's too much.
Right.
And Tsushima is a little bit more streamlined than that. I mean, there's still a lot of side content, but it's not like it's in Assassin's Creed where it's like you have to level up to a certain level, or you literally can't get past this point because you'll die in one hit.
Yeah.
In Tsushima, even if you haven't like leveled up, like I've done a lot of content, so I had a lot of the techniques, but I could have easily seen myself beating the battle, like not having leveled up as much as I had. And I mean, you
Right.
level up enough anyways, because all the story content, like, it gives you at least one technique point for every major story content thing that you do. So, and I didn't even have all the skills unlocked. So,
Right. Yeah, I just from what I've seen, I severely disappointed with the game. Ended up being like I've said before.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll never play it again.
yeah.
So overall,
It's not a bad.
what do you
Yeah, I
rate
mean,
it?
uh,
Out of 10 or out of 5 or whatever?
out of 10, I think I would give it. I mean, the only things that really detract me from the game for the most part are the repetitive missions, which can get really grindy, and especially with side content stuff, and then some of the choices with the story. But I think overall gameplay wise, as far as like combat and stuff like that, like combat's super fucking fun. I like the stance switching. I like all the ghost weapons, and I like the constantly like being in battle and being able to switch between like shooting enemies with arrows and poison darts and hallucinogenic darts and using sticky bombs and grenades and kunai and all that cool shit and being able to put that all together to just like wreak havoc is a lot of fun. So I think overall, with that stuff in mind, I think I'd give it about a 7
Okay.
out of 10. I don't think it's a terrible game, and I did enjoy playing it, but there's a couple of those things that just like kept getting brought up again and again. So
Right.
so yeah, I think I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10
Okay.
around there.
Well,
Not
that's a,
terrible, but not must play.
yeah, it's
Um,
good, right?
yeah, it's good. Um, and I don't know. I think I the character of Jin grew on me a little bit more. I think for the first act of the game, I really didn't care about him all. He's kind of like a blank slate.
Yeah.
I think they give him a little bit more personality, especially when you get into like the later half of the game, which is like, I mean, essentially like the last like third of the game is like, once you start the third act, they're like, you better finish everything you want to finish because like once we start this third act, you're not gonna be able to do anything else for a really long time. And I was like, all right, I'm down for it. But that third act, I think it brought the pacing up a little bit better, and it got the story to a point where it's like, all right, I'm enjoying Jin as a character. I'm enjoying seeing his relationships with all these other side characters and like their personal quest for like vengeance or enlightenment, if you're a warrior monk or any of that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, not a terrible game.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad one of us liked it.
yeah. So on that note, I played another game too, a little bit. I don't know if you'd seen anything about this, but there was a game called Fall Guys that is
Oh,
available
yeah,
for
yeah.
PlayStation Plus people. I started playing it a bit. I can see why this game makes people upset.
Yeah.
I didn't play it enough to get angry. Call of Duty does that enough for me now, where I haven't been playing Call of Duty enough, and it's just like every time I play Call of Duty now, I'm like, why am I even playing this fucking game? But Fall Guys is fun. I like it. It's not. I like the wipeout aspect to it. It's like a battle royale game, but it's not like just shooting people. There's like an interesting like game show aspect to it. I mean, it's very much like Wipeout or what's the Japanese game show that's like about? What's it called? It's like Castle something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
or something Fortress, I think, or something like that.
There's that one. There's also like the not MXP. That's a band. What was the one on Spike TV when we were a kid? They dubbed it. It was like
Oh yeah, what was that
oh,
one?
it's like XPX or some shit like that.
I can't remember, but it's like that type of thing where there's like different stages, and it's like the whole battle royale aspect is you're just trying to get through the
Oh,
obstacle
it's
course.
it's literally the same thing. So the thing I'm talking about
Hmm.
is called Most Extreme Elimination Challenge,
Okay.
which is the Japanese game show called Takeshi's Castle.
Okay, Takeshi's
It's the
Castle.
same
Yeah.
thing, but just ours was obviously dubbed for more
Yeah.
humorous stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was playing that a little bit. That's fun. I don't know how often I'll play it because I could see that being a game where it's like you sink too much time into it and you get just really frustrated. Plus, it got to the point where it was like every other match I was like losing connection for some reason with the server, and like that got super annoying. So I don't know, but I know it's like super popular with everybody who streams and all that shit right now. So but yeah, so I tried that out. Um, Started Dresden, book five. Not that far because I really only started it yesterday. It took me a while because I basically just plugged through Ghost, and then once I finished that, I was like, okay, now I can start. So I'm only like 50 pages in. So I don't know too much about it, what's happening, but he butchered through a lot of fucking shit at me in these 50 pages. So I mean, as far as I know so far, I haven't got to whatever the um, Chicago police C plot is, I guess, at this point. But Susan's back. Shit's crazy because I think she almost killed Harry um, accidentally, and she's got some weird plain Jane man with her that's got Harry all hot and bothered and taking a really ice cold shower to calm down his penis. Um, and then you've got the Red Court coming in and basically trying to take Harry's head off to end the Vampire War. And there's also some weird Raiders of the Lost Ark shit with this shroud that a priest wants him to recover that I don't really understand the whole of yet, but apparently it wrapped baby Jesus's body after he died. So that shit's weird. So there's a lot of shit getting thrown at me, but I'm excited to dig into it further.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the Susan plot is. I'm trying to remember.
I can't. I mean, it has something to do with the red cord. I know that, but I don't know what. There hasn't really been too much.
Oh, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember. I remember.
Okay.
I remember. I also remember who else you meet in this book.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
I
think
would like
I
for
predict you're gonna meet the character that I just mentioned,
hmm
and you're either gonna go, don't care. But if you're like me, you're gonna be like, okay, okay, okay. You're gonna be like, all right, I want to see more of this guy.
I want to see Michael back. That's who I want to see.
I,
Especially with this so much shit with the church, I would love to see Michael back. That's
I,
his name, right? Michael?
yeah, Carpenter.
Yeah, Carpenter Michael. I would like to see Michael
Dude, there's
Carpenter.
literally. Hold on, sorry, I gotta get some water.
I miss my big burly Templar. So he's essentially a Templar, isn't he?
I would just say a paladin.
Okay.
Because Templars have like ulterior motives that you
Mm.
know work for governments and stuff,
Yeah, that's true.
whereas he only beholds to one power,
Power Jesus.
power of God. There is um, a section in one of the books. I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you where it's at. I can't tell you why.
Hmm.
But there's a section of a book where uh, Michael meets a bunch of wizards,
Okay.
and they are like, "Who the fuck's this guy? Why the fuck you bring this asshole here?" And then Harry's like, "Yeah, Michael, Knight of the Cross," and they're like, "Man, whatever, whatever." And he's like, "Bing," and they're like, "Oh shit, okay, okay," because they mention and the butcher explains that like wizards can still be Christian. Like wizards still have religion. There are still Muslim wizards. There are still
Yeah,
Jewish wizards.
I think he touched on that a little bit in the last book, just going through the White Council, that there's just people from different, regions of the world and whatnot. But and I assume, yeah, that some of them could be religious. I just assume that Harry's not one of those people.
He's just not well. Like his Harry says all the time when especially when he talks. If Michael's in the book, he always says like, you know, Harry himself is not a religious person per se, but he understands that there's probably something
Yeah.
else
Well, I
out
remember
there.
in that third book, he talks about the fact that it's like, even if he doesn't believe of it, he can like feel the power
Yeah.
of faith that like Michael radiates.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
Um, but like I'm looking down the pipeline. Hold on. Dresden books. I'm just trying to look down the pipeline of what you're going through next.
Hmm.
Bibliography. You're at Death Masks. Next book is okay. The next book is the next book's good.
Hmm.
It's good, but
It's not great.
no, it's an important book and it's good. But I
Mm.
think it's one of those books that like kind of like this book. The book you're reading right now is a lot more intense,
Hmm.
and I think this book brings it back down to a little bit, a couple notches, not in a bad way. But it can go either way in terms of how you feel in terms of
Hmm.
it being bigger or smaller. But then the book
Yeah.
after Blood Rights is like
Hmm.
massive. Like
Okay.
it's big as like its scope.
Okay.
It's a really big book. I think you'll enjoy that book. And then pretty much from Deadbeat on, like
Hmm.
Deadbeat, Proven Guilty, White Knight, Small Favor, Turncoat, Changes, Ghost Stories, Cold Days, Skin Game, Peace Talks, up to where I'm at in Battleground coming up in September.
Hmm.
It's like the story gets infinitely larger because you're getting all the players now. You've
Hmm.
seen all the players. You know who they are, and now Busher's
Hmm.
like, okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do our Avengers build up storyline,
Okay.
and it's just going to consistently build upon each other more. So like by the time you get to where I'm at, you're going to look back and go, okay, I see what he was doing in Summer Night. I see what he was doing in Death Masks. I get the concepts. I get the points. But I just
Hmm.
really, really, really want you to read Changes, bro.
Okay.
God, I just want you to read Changes so bad. And you cannot do any research. You
Okay.
can't even type in the name of the book because if you do, you're gonna ruin it for yourself. And I promise you,
Oh.
you will. And if you do that, you're gonna
Okay.
get pissed the fuck off. But you're still books away from it. But I promise you, you're gonna get the changes. And if you don't say this when you get the changes, when you finish changes, if you get the changes and you finish it, you close up your book and you say, "This is not the greatest series of all time," you're fucking lying. You are
Okay.
fucking. I'm giving you a bullet point that
Okay.
that's exactly where if you read the series up to Changes and you don't love Changes, don't read it anymore.
Oh.
Like you
Damn. All
don't
right.
have to, obviously you can enjoy it and be like, okay, I'll keep reading, but I tell you, dude, amongst the Dresden fandom across everything,
Hmm.
Changes is like, okay, I knew I loved it before, but I
Yeah.
finished this book. Goddamn, this is the best thing of all time.
Okay.
This is the best fantasy series of all time. Tolkien who?
Tolkien who?
Tolkien who?
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Strong words. Strong words
What
from
was
Jason.
that? Tom Bombadil? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck that character is? He's like, what else have you been
I
doing?
So other than that, there's just one thing I wanted to mention, which is the anime that I've been watching.
Okay.
Super good. I'm liking it a lot, and its OP is a banger, which always gets me excited. It's called Millionaire Detective Unlimited Balance, and it is
Yeah,
basically
that is an anime ass name.
it's an anime ass name, and it's basically if Bruce Wayne decided to solve crimes with his money instead of being Batman.
Okay.
And I like it a lot. It's a fun time. I really, really enjoy watching it. It's buddy cop anime, but I mean, I think the aspect of him is just like, I mean, he's basically like a Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark type character, uh, he has unlimited money basically. So it's like there's I think the first episode he like destroys an entire building and he's just like I bought it, so fuck it, I don't care. So it's just super fun with that kind of stuff. Um, there's some good interpersonal drama backstory going on with the main detective that is not him. That is not the rich guy. He used to be a head of the elite police force, and something happened in a past case that caused him to be bumped down to modern crimes, which is why he's running around with this rich boy playing detective.
Is it
But yeah,
on? Is it on? What's it on right now? Are you watching it through?
I'm just watching it online. I think it's on
Okay.
Funimation, so I don't have
Okay.
that. I only have Crunchyroll, so but yeah, so I'm just watching it online.
Because the concept just sounds cool.
Yeah, the concept's super fun, and I mean I'm enjoying it a lot. Um, I mean it's always that type of thing where it's like I think every season or every other season there's always some sort of buddy cop detective show, and I always watch it because I always just enjoy that genre of storytelling a lot. And so this fits in that alley, and I think the concept of just like, what if you could just like literally just flash money to solve your problems, I think is a fun, interesting concept that they
Yeah.
can do a lot of interesting stuff with. So they
Well,
also have a running tally at the end of every episode of how much money he spent to like do whatever he did, which I think is really funny.
that's
So
funny. Well, I think the description that you said of like if about Bruce Wayne that's like a really
yeah,
good description of like or good like scenario. Like, what if he just did that? Like, why
yeah.
wouldn't he just do
What
that?
if he didn't become Batman and just actually used his money to solve his
Like, could
problems?
he not just like do more like as just
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne? Like, he probably could.
he probably could,
If
100%.
he just focused on making more money, he would just be able to
If he
give
just
money.
focused on actually running Wayne Corp,
Like, if he
yeah,
just made more money, he could just give more money to the community than like
yeah,
dressing up like a weird guy.
hmm
No, because you want to be Batman.
yeah.
That sounds like selfishness, is what it sounds like. That sounds like if you talk to your dad in Flashpoint, he'd be like, "What are you doing? Go be a doctor, dickhead.
Fuck are you doing?
Like, go be like a doctor like me
Yeah,
instead
don't
of being
follow
a
me in Flashpoint where I use guns to kill criminals and your mom because of the Joker. Fuck
yeah,
that.
that's
I'm a
stupid."
doctor. Isn't that the part didn't they do that shit in the comics where it's
Which part?
like in that leading up to the Manhattan shit where like
Mm-hmm.
there's like the Flashpoint thing where he meets his dad and his dad's like, "Don't be Batman."
Well, no, not necessarily, but he does meet his dad up into leading up. It's the Flash goes
Mhm.
around looking for the button with
Right.
Batman, and they're
Yeah.
investigating teamwork together, and they start going to
hmm
the Flashpoint universes, and they go to see Thomas, and he's in his cave, and he has the gun and all this kind of stuff.
hmm
And Bruce is like, "Oh my God, Dad! Oh, I love you. What are you?
Papa.
What happened?" I'm like, this is like people write just
Yeah.
writing Batman like a fucking pussy. Like,
Yeah.
even if Batman,
Tom
literally,
King syndrome, dude.
I think that was Jeff Johns actually.
Was it?
Still terrible.
I know he read or he did the Doomsday Clock stuff, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I
Either
don't
way,
know if he did the lead up, but I know
whoever
he
wrote
actually
it
wrote
wrote.
Doomsday.
I think wrote it really poorly, because to me, like, if you think back to the Justice League animated show
hmm
with like Paul Dini or whoever the fuck his name is,
Paul Dini,
and
man.
there's the episode where um, the Justice League get transported to the future, and they meet like
Oh
Static
yeah,
Shock in the future,
Justice League
or whatever.
2000
And then Bruce Wayne, Batman, meets
meets
Bruce Wayne, Old Man,
yeah,
and they're both like, fucking don't care.
yeah,
So to me, like the idea that like Batman's gonna meet his dad, who's not from his universe, and
yeah.
he's
It's
gonna
a
be
whole
like,
different
"But my
person.
daddy," like, no, he's not gonna give a shit. Like, he's gonna care inside his head.
Yeah,
He's going to show no one the emotion, because what is he but Batman?
he's Batman.
Like, Batman doesn't care. Like, he
Yeah,
keeps it all on the inside, and he tells Alfred when he's crying
Batman
later.
let Jason Todd die. He doesn't give a fuck.
He cares. He cares about Jason Todd dying.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, he cares when he
look,
becomes Red Hood
Batman.
and starts killing
No matter
criminals.
how powerful Batman is, Batman can't beat the voters who asked for Todd to die. They
It's
can't.
true.
He can't beat them.
Yeah. I still felt like that was such a stupid thing where they left it up to voters.
I liked it. I think it's kind of cool. I wish they'd do it now.
Yeah, well, they're too
Well,
stupid to
if
do
they
that.
did it now, it'd just be a bunch of.
It'd be a
An-
4chan thing where it's like the worst possible scenario would
well, what
fucking
they would
happen.
do is that like if they said just write in who you want us to kill, for either Marvel or DC, like if they both did it,
Hmm.
they would just be killing every like SJW character.
Oh yeah, 100%. Female Thor's dead. She succumbs to cancer.
They would just find something to be like, okay,
Yeah,
um, we'll just insert and we'll ruin this. Ironheart, you're
yeah.
dead. Don't care. You know,
Ironheart's dead. What was the DC had a bunch too, didn't they? I don't remember.
not as much as Marvel. Marvel's the
Marvel
bigger
Marvel was really
perpetrator,
bad about it. Yeah.
and Marvel's the bigger perpetrator of creating characters that completely suck for no reason.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Well, is that all you've been doing?
But yeah, that was the last thing really that I was checking out. Jason, what have you been up to, man?
All right, man. I got way a couple less things. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of book reading.
Okay.
I've been plowing through a ton of spy thrillers, a lot of
Okay.
Vince Flynn books. I mentioned I was trying to catch up on. I'm officially caught
Right.
up to the point of Vince Flynn's last book that he wrote himself before he died. So I'm
Okay.
there now. I'm reading all the books of his characters written by someone else,
Okay.
and they're good. Still enjoying them. I read a book called The Kill Artist from Daniel Silva, which is a spy series about the Mossad and like Israeli assassins, and it's really good. So I read that, enjoying it. He's also a main character. His name is Gabriel Allen or Alon. He's a spy, the toughest spy for the Mossad or whatever, kill assassin. But his day job, his covers, he's an art restorer. So he goes around painting and shit. And
So
like,
he's like a Dan Brown character in like a spy novel. Isn't
but
that what
Robert
what's his
Langdon,
face is
Robert
in?
Langdon is not he's not a painter. He's a made up profession of puzzleist.
I thought he was a professor of like art history or something like that.
His job, he's like a code breaker almost.
Okay.
Like he's like a professor of like I look at
Oh,
codes and I can like decipher
that's
these things.
that's lamer than I thought. That's
Yeah,
lamer than I
let's
remember.
see what his name is. Robert. I think it's Robert Langdon.
That sounds cool though. I don't know. I really don't have much. The only Mossad stuff that I know about, other than like from movies, is like from NCIS with Ziva. Like that's the only stuff I know about Mossad.
Well, so in this series, the main character Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
him and his boss, because the main character is not a young guy. He's like 50, almost 50 in the first book. He's
Mm-hmm.
like a seasoned assassin who left the agency like 10 years prior because his family was killed, or
Okay.
his son was killed or something, and his wife was injured really bad or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he's living a single life, just painting, like restoring paintings.
Okay.
And there's a big terrorist attack, and Mossad's like, "Hey, we have to fucking get this job done."
Yeah.
And his old boss is like, coming out of retirement, he's like, "I know who I'm gonna get to fucking get that guy." And he's like, "Who are you gonna get?" "I'm gonna get fucking Gabriel." And they're like, "Oh shit! I mean, you can get Gabriel." I mean, goddamn, okay. So they pull him out of retirement. He's like, no, doing all these paintings and shit, and it's not the typical spy book in the sense of like he has a team. Like
Okay.
it's the realistic in the sense that like he's not doing everything himself. Like he's good at
Yeah.
everything, but he has people who are experts. Like he is
So it's like Mission Impossible.
more moody,
Right.
infinitely more
But like the
moody.
team
The
aspect,
team
where it's just
aspect,
like
yeah, it's
everybody
like
has their job.
right. Like he has a guy he works with who is an American former CIA like surveillance expert. So
Mm-hmm.
like the microphones and all this stuff, like he has this guy do it.
Right.
You know, he has guys who are better at, from what I hear, than in the future books. There's like 20 books,
Damn.
who are better, who are purely muscle characters, like guys who are like, these are my assailants, these are my beaters, these guys are my more traditional spies. And he's
Mhm.
kind of like the amalgamation of all those skill sets because
He's the jack of all trades. Yeah.
him and his boss were also the guys who killed in Munich. They're the guys who went and got all the Munich stuff.
Damn.
That's the character stories. They did that, so
Okay.
I'm enjoying that. It's definitely not my traditional.
What's it called?
It's called The Kill Artist. It's the
Interesting.
first book. It's called Gabriel Alon is the series. from
Okay.
Daniel Silva. And it's definitely more thinky, more moody. If it's it, it's slower paced than what I usually like, which is like the Vince Flynn,
Mm-hmm.
Brad Thor, like Jack Carr books, which are like very quick paced, one man
Mm-hmm.
bulldozer kind of stories,
Right.
which I fucking love those stories. I love the stories. I love the stories where it's like this, like Vince Flynn's character Mitch Rapp, like he'll go into a building, he'll be like, 10 people here, all right, kill all of them, like
That's a fucking what is it? The
it's the
Equalizer.
Equalizer.
The
Well,
Equalizer
he
shit.
he in the last book that I was reading that Vince Flynn actually wrote, there's a scene in the first beginning of the book where he's like, there's like 5 guys. And he goes in there, and he's like, I killed them all in 3 seconds. And I was like, fucking shit, okay. Well, here's the thing. If you don't want to read Vince Flynn, because there's a lot of books and they're still going, and a new book comes out soon,
Hmm.
um, the very first book, at least, with which the character Mitch
So
Rapp.
how does that work? So are they just putting it under his name,
So
but
it's
it's
called
somebody else
it's
writing it?
called yeah, it's called the Vince Flynn series, written by Kyle Mills.
Okay.
Um,
So he's just using his characters, I guess.
he's using his universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still progress. Like the Vince Flynn estate has allowed this writer to continue on,
Okay.
telling the story that they think that Vince either had written down for ideas, or kind of where he wanted to go,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. I fully
It's like the
think that
Tom Clancy thing too, right?
exactly,
Okay.
and I fully expect because the Mitch Rapp character is getting old now,
Hmm.
not in terms of like still, but in terms of age. He's like 40 something.
Right.
I fully expect that they're gonna have like Vince Flynn had plans to like retire him to like be the leader character versus an operative. And I think
Hmm.
that they're gonna in the next like 4 or 5 years. I think they're gonna like bring in the young bucks,
Okay.
new unit. I'm there.
I'm down for
Um,
that.
but I wanted to say like if you wanted to read a Mitch Rapp, they're all really good and they're all super easy reads. You know, because
Hmm.
they're quick thrillers and he's a fucking like I'm never really worried about Mitch Rapp because I know he has more books, so I know he's not gonna die.
Right.
It's more like, do you want to see him kill people? It's like, do you want to see him fucking kick ass? Like, go through like it's an episode of fucking 24, but
Right.
the very first book he's in, so he's a main character. Mitch Rapp is he's an American assassin. There's no other job. He's not a spy. He's an assassin. That's his job. He's CIA. He goes out. He kills people. That's his whole job.
Okay.
And he has been hunting down this terrorist for like 10 years who killed his girlfriend in a bombing, the Pan Am bomb, which is a real terrorist attack.
Okay.
And he's been hunting this guy down. He's been killing his network for years, but he's never got the guy. Well, the guy himself ends up taking over the White House, and the president's locked in a bunker underneath the White House, and all of the government's like,
Fucking
yeah,
White House down.
yeah. Well, so they kill all like the Secret Service is all fucked up. They take over the White House. They have it all barricaded, and they're like, the government's like, oh, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna? We have to negotiate. This is the president of the United States, and then like, generals are like, no negotiating, none of that shit at all. We're gonna have to give him what he wants, and then whatever. And they're in this big board meeting, and Mitch Rapp is sitting there in a suit, which he's like, he's too jacked to be in a suit. He's a spy, buff as motherfucker. And he's sitting there, and he's like, oh fuck these people, man. And then this lady's like, hey, you okay, dude? Like, you look like you're about to fucking like have a heart attack. He's like, I'm fucking pissed. Y'all are fucking dumb. And he like, gets up in this meeting, and it's like all y'all are dumb. You have no idea what the fuck is going on. And they're like, oh, well, who are you? Who do you think you are? He goes, I fucking kill people, bitch. I kill people. And then this general's like, I like this guy. So the rest of the book is him infiltrating the White House by himself and just fucking Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Because I'm
I'm
reading the
down for
book
that.
and I'm literally thinking like, this is Solid Snake. This is literally Shadow Moses. And this is Solid Snake
Okay.
infiltrating the White House. And then every book after that is just like it's world globe spanning spy killing books, and it's awesome. It's awesome. They're not gonna make
Okay.
you think like I don't read these books. Jack Carr, Brad Thor,
Hmm.
Vince Flynn, Daniel Silva, Mark Greaney, who has the Gray Man. They're all the same
Hmm.
kind of character. One man, spy,
Yeah.
killing machine kind of characters. I don't read these books and go, you know what? This is going to be John Le Carre. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
not. Because George Smiley
Yeah.
books are like fucking thinkers.
Yeah.
Like those books are like dense. These
Mm-hmm.
books are not that. These books are. Do you want a hour long drama? I got it for you. Like this is going
Okay.
to be like that fucking no. This new book from whatever is the SVU. It is the 24 or whatever. Whereas like
Okay.
I was mentioning the Daniel Silva Gabriel Alon series. I would
Mm-hmm.
say that's like the step above them. That's
Okay.
like the more thinky spy book,
Okay.
but still has action in it. So
I feel it.
that's a little bit of that no one cares about. Then I rewatched Hamilton again.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, I've been singing these songs all day, man.
Fuck, dude.
I've been singing
All
these
right.
songs all day.
Maybe I
So
have to check it out now.
yeah, I think you love it, man, because you like plays, you like musicals, and I don't, and I
I
like
do
it.
love musicals. I mean, I've heard the songs before. I just never sat down to actually watch the musical.
I
Um,
think you'll like it more than me.
I do have Disney Plus, so I mean, there's no reason for me to not watch it.
Do you have
So
3 hours to kill?
most days, yeah,
Then
probably.
you should watch it because it's good. Because I've been listening to the fucking soundtrack every day,
Yeah.
or at least like a couple songs here and there.
Mhm.
Um, Hamilton, I went ahead and rewatched for like the third time this year. Ocean's 11 and 13. I'm not going to talk about it any more than I already have because
Okay.
we have ad nauseum. It's Oceans. They're great. The last thing that I watched came out on yesterday,
Okay.
and I actually ended up watching it like
Oh, I have it. I think if you're saying what I think you're about to say, I haven't watched it yet, but I wanted to.
which one?
Is it the Power thing with Jamie Foxx? I saw
Oh
that came out
oh
yesterday
no
on Netflix.
oh no! I don't give a fuck about that, dude. You're gonna watch that?
I thought it would look
That looks
interesting.
like trash, bro.
It's Netflix. Everything's trash.
Well, also you like listen. I that's exactly why I don't watch everything they put out. You know, that's why I didn't. Oh my God, Zach, hold on. Before I continue on.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I have it anymore. Shit, I think I might have deleted it. Let me look at this real quick. Hold on. Um, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you. Okay, hold on. I took a picture of it. Okay. Can you see this, or is it really bad?
I see it a lot. I see Extraction and I see the Old Guard.
Do you see how exactly those
Yeah, they're
fucking
this.
things?
They looked exactly the same. Yeah.
So people on audio can't hear this, but like if you on YouTube you can see it. I took a picture of this while I was on my TV looking for something to watch, and I
Yeah.
saw this and like, hey, these are something you might like,
Yeah.
dude. It's the same fucking thing.
It's the same picture except one's a little more
It's
zoomed out.
literally two the same haircut on Chris Hemsworth and Charlize Theron, both
Yeah.
wearing a gray shirt, both having an accessory. One's a necklace, one's a backpack. Somewhere
Yeah.
in the Middle East, in the
Yeah.
background, and making a scowled face and looking kind of beat up. It's the
And having
same.
sunglasses.
And
Don't
having
forget the
and having
sunglasses.
aviators. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
So the last thing that I watched is a documentary, and it came out Friday on iTunes, which I never use iTunes to buy anything, but it came
Yeah, I
on
can't remember the last time I did something off of iTunes.
Yeah, and it was on the Apple TV first, and then after that, I think they're going.
Oh, the Apple Plus.
Yeah, so
stuff.
I rented it $6, $7, whatever, and
Okay.
it was supposed to come out Friday. I was like, fuck it, it's 11:55
Mhm.
on Thursday night. I'm just gonna fucking rent it at midnight and just watch it at midnight. So I did, and it's a Happy Joy Joy, which is the Ren and Stimpy story documentary.
Oh, okay.
And it's a documentary about how Ren and Stimpy came to be. It's about the creator John Kay, who has a very colorful. He's an asshole. He's an asshole and he's a piece of shit kind of guy. But it's about the
Fair enough.
story, how it was made, the progress of them making it, the aftermath of it being so popular, and then the further aftermath of John Kay being like a pedophile, and how he like one of these fans loved Ren Stimpy and like would mail letters to him in like 1994 when she was like 14.
Hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, you're awesome." And he would like mail her back. He would go visit her, and he brought her out to the fucking California. And he was like dating her when she was like 16, and they dated until she was like 20 something. And
Jesus.
He was fucking weird, and he did it again after they broke up with some other girl who liked the show. He's a weirdo. And there's like allegations of like him having like child pornography on his computers and all this stuff that he denied or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
the documentary, they ask him this, and he's like, so they don't shy away from it. And I
Well, that's
think
good.
the documentary is pretty. I think it's pretty non-biased in the sense of like giving you everything, but not saying what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because they interview the rest of the team who made the show, and they're like, yeah, he's a genius, but he's also an asshole.
Yeah.
Like he would berate people and yell at people and all this stuff, but he was a genius. Like he just had so much talent. He was drawing so much all the time. And he was so smart, but he would yell at you all the time and say that you weren't good enough. And it's a really well made documentary. I think that keeps it open ended in the sense of like, hey, we're gonna give you the stuff that people are saying, and you pick your own determination.
Okay.
And it hit really close to home for me because not because I have fucking anything in common with this asshole, but because when I was, for people who don't know, I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but I'll say it again. I went to school for animation,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much my entire class were influenced by a couple different people.
Mm-hmm.
The big influences were like straight up just anime, like anime
Yeah.
influences. So that's like just in general, big, but Ghibli, obviously huge influence, and just a ton of anime people, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
Akira, Ghost in the Shell, whatever anime.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the other big one is Gendy, who is the guy who made Samurai Jack, the guy who made Primal, the
Mm-hmm.
guy who made Hotel Transylvania, that guy, Dexter's
Mm-hmm.
Laboratory, that guy. The other big one is Craig McCracken, who made Powerpuff Girls and
Mm-hmm.
Foster's. I know another big portion of my class was super influenced by this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The really big last group of people who loved animation and like pushed the boundaries of what they were drawing were guys and girls who were influenced by John Kay and Ren and Stimpy. And
Mm-hmm.
I never liked this show. I
Yeah.
think I would watch the documentary just in general because it's such an influential thing,
Mm-hmm.
and people who influenced me were influenced by this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I fucking cannot stand Ren and Stimpy. I think
Yeah.
it's the stupidest piece of shit garbage show that like, oh Jason, you don't get it because you don't like the kind. No, no, it just fucking sucks. It
Well,
fucking
it's like the
sucks.
same shit where I feel like it's I mean, I haven't watched either one, so I don't know if this is a fair comparison or not. But I feel like it's probably in the similar vein of like Rick and Morty and like that kind of shit.
Worse. It's worse than Rick and Morty. Rick and
No,
Morty
okay.
is modern enough to where it's clearly aimed for adult people
Yeah.
or no older audiences. Ren and Stimpy is one of the first Nickelodeon cartoons
Mm-hmm.
being aired to children, and they're making so many references to like drugs, alcohol, sex,
Mm-hmm.
death. It's so creepy and it's so gross and it's grossed out. And maybe it's because I don't enjoy that kind of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I think the show itself is garbage. I think it's a garbage show, and people vehemently disagree with me.
Yeah.
And they did it when I was in college. They very much were like, no, this show is legendary. This show changed the game for American cartoonists, and it did. It did change the game
Mm-hmm.
because before this, cartoons, and they mentioned in the documentary. Before this, it was like, okay, here's Scooby Doo, made by
Yeah.
Hanna Barbera, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they make Ren and Stimpy, and it's Ren and Stimpy created by John Kay. So
Yeah.
after that, it becomes Dexter Laboratory created by Genndy Tartakovsky. This is
Mm-hmm.
Powerpuff Girls created by Craig McCracken. So that title card becomes a thing that kind
Mm-hmm.
of brought back the creator as the star, um, which is a huge deal, obviously, because you have stuff like Adventure Time,
Yeah.
regular show. These things were all going to be inspired by fucking by this guy. But
Yeah.
I think the show itself, the cartoon, is so trash,
Mm-hmm.
and I just never understood it. I didn't understand the original show. I didn't understand the Spike show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's trash, but this documentary itself, it's such a powerful show that I had to see the people who made it, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. a
Yeah.
bunch of douchey people who thought so highly of themselves, at least at the time. They seem
Yeah.
very calm now because they're adults now, but they were like younger when they made it, and they were like hot shots. So like, of course,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you feel? Why wouldn't you be a douchebag because like, you're making the hottest fucking
Yeah.
show on TV and you're fucking 20 something? So why wouldn't you think you're the hot shit? So,
Mm-hmm.
and they even say like in the documentary, like, they're talking to these people and they're like, yeah, we thought we were the shit. You know, people
Yeah.
thought we were a cult. Um, so it's pop culture shit, and I love that. And the documentary is really well made, and it gives you a good insight on a cartoon that was massive. And this guy's history is going to be forever synonymous with what he did with these young girls,
Yeah.
which I think it's going to completely tarnish the history of the cartoon going forward.
Yeah.
More so than people like me who just never liked it anyways. So.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I watched, except
Okay.
for I wanted to mention something real fast.
Yeah.
Hold on. Um, is that I read a lot of books, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a technique that I use to not be bored of. If I read too many books in the same genre, I get bored, which
Mm-hmm.
will stop me from reading for a while. So I have a technique that I do, and a lot of people do it, but if I read a big fiction book, like an epic fantasy, I'll alternate between that and like nonfiction.
Okay.
So I read a bunch of spy novels. They're quick reads, so I'll read like 4 or 5 in a row, and then I'll jump to nonfiction stuff completely different. So like nonfiction sports thing or history thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I read a couple of these spy novels. It's like, okay, I'm kind of getting burnt out a little bit. I want to jump to something completely different, and that led me to a book. Hold on, let me pull up the fucking full title. Hold on, that way I get it right. I pull up something I've never read before, and I'm trying to log into Goodreads real fast so I can get the correct title so that I'm not like fucking it up. Okay, here we go. So I'm logging in. Okay, so I read a bunch of these spy books, and I was like, you know what? I want to read a book I've never read before, something completely different that I have never touched, which is a
Mm-hmm.
science book.
Okay.
Sciencey book. It has a ton of great reviews. It's like 4.5 stars or whatever the fuck. 15,000 reviews. The
Mm-hmm.
book is called The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs: A New History of a Lost World by paleontologist Stephen Brusatti or whatever, American
Okay.
paleontologist.
Okay. Okay. You have my attention.
So I've mentioned for weeks.
You have.
I don't get it. Don't get why people like dinosaurs.
I've
Because
heard you.
they're alright, they're cool, I guess, but like to like them this much, I don't get it. To go to school, what? So I'm reading this guy's book, and man, like I'm like, all right, okay. I mean, I get it. I'm starting to appreciate it a little bit more,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And then I go and I watch Jurassic Park 3,
Look here.
and I was like,
Look here.
wait, hold on. I think
Look here.
dinosaurs suck again. You know, but so I literally went and watched Jurassic Park 3. I was like, this movie fucking blows. Dinosaurs are trash again.
First of all, the movie is fine.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
It's 90 minutes because they couldn't make it good.
Uh, 90 minutes because it's streamlined. All
No,
right,
oh,
let's get
streamline.
that.
Literally within the first 20
Streamlined. We
minutes.
cut the fat. We cut the fat. All
Within the
right.
20 minutes, you have the entire story. Um, so I watched Jurassic Park 3. It still sucks dick. But I go back to the book and I'm like, and I'm really enjoying the book. I'm not done with it yet. I'm still reading it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a ton, um, and it's making me a little more like, okay, all right, maybe I'll get it. So I was at Target yesterday. I'm not gonna talk about G.I. Joe Cobra Island.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, because if I do, it'll be 25 minutes of me calling Hasbro and Target pieces of trash. So I'm not gonna do it. But when I was out hunting yesterday for G.I. Joe exclusive Target stuff, I did pass by a freshly restocked section of that Jurassic Park. So I bought 2 figs
What?
to see how I felt.
All right.
And it's the I might have it's not in the room here, but I have them. It's
Okay.
Jurassic Park Legacy figures of so they're like 3 and 3/4 inch small figures
Mm-hmm.
of Alan and of the security guy, the main animal trainer from the first
Oh
movie,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
McDonough or whatever his name is.
Something like
So
that.
those small figures, and they're really cool looking, and I like the figures a lot. And I know that they have a Sadler and they have a what's his name,
Mm-hmm.
Ian.
Malcolm.
So
Yeah.
I like them a lot. These little figures are cool. They make me want to buy more. And when I was at the aisle in Target, they have a Target exclusive. It's like $50. Like it's a massive box. What's the Brachiosaurus, the long neck one?
Yeah. Brachiosaurus.
And they have that, and I was like, I mean, it's fucking huge. It's like fucking like
Yeah.
the
That was gonna be
the
kind of
fig is
big.
like the figure is like I can't even show you. It's massive. I can show you on
Yeah.
YouTube. And I was like, you know what, man, fuck it. If I'm gonna buy it, I didn't buy it, but I was like, if I bought, I just dive in the deep end. Like shit, fuck it, you know.
Might as well.
But I was like thinking, my glass cases. I was like, these won't fit.
No.
This
No.
won't
You
fit in my
gotta have
glass case.
you got a whole different setup for those.
Yeah, but so I bought 2 figs, no dinosaurs yet, just the characters.
Okay.
But we'll see, man. Maybe I'll finish this book, and maybe I'll be like,
Dipping the toes in.
maybe
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
I'll finish this book and get a fucking JP tat.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll finish this book, and maybe I'll be like, you know what? Next year I'm cosplaying as Nedry, man.
Hey man.
I,
You get to wear a Hawaiian shirt.
I know, right? That's all I
Okay.
Also, real quick, to
Yeah.
mention that exact scene, I was listening to a podcast called Yes Have Some, which is a great
Okay.
podcast about collecting, and primarily it's Ghostbusters, but the hosts love just 80s stuff, Ghostbusters primarily. One of the other hosts loves Jurassic Park and kaiju shit a
Okay.
ton. So if you want to listen to this podcast, it's called Yes Have Some. It's a couple who are married and their buddy who's a tattoo artist. And it's really good. It's really fun. Not serious at all. They talk about collecting and new toys and new figures and like Ghostbusters and Bill and Ted and Godzilla because one of their friend is a huge Godzilla fan and Jurassic Park fan. But on the last episode, one of the guys had a question. He was like, "So hold on, I want to ask." He asked his friend because his friend is the Jurassic Park expert guy. He's like,
Okay.
"So what was the plan for Dennis to get away? Like, was he gonna leave the island or was he gonna drop off the canister and just go back to the office?
Mm.
Because it was pretty obvious he stole it.
Yeah.
He literally like had his
Well,
face
I'm
on
pretty
the
sure
monitor, all this shit.
I'm pretty sure in the movie they talk about the fact that the point that he was basically going to when he stole it and he sabotaged the system with his hacking. Um, he was getting to the escape boat because he was going to go back to the
But
mainland,
like,
and
so you don't think
that
they're
was going
gonna
to be it.
you don't think they're gonna take you to court afterwards? Like, what was the point? Like, you told him it was you.
Yeah,
And that was the big question. I was like, yeah, I never thought about that. Like, you telling them that you
yeah,
stole
that
this
does make
shit.
sense. Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna steal it, do espionage stealing it. Then don't let them know you did it. But you clearly are telling them, hey, by the way, I
he's
stole
also
it.
not that smart of a person though. So
Yeah, he's not. He's really not. All right, let's move into news.
yes, quite a bit today.
Quite a bit today. Zachary.
Yes, Jason,
Zachariah.
just Jasonian.
Where do you? Yeah, right. Where do you want to start with our news?
Hmm. Let's see here. What should we start with? I think the thing that was most interesting to me is that first of all, AMC's back, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
AMC's back, opening up. I think a lot of them are opening up Thursday. I'm gonna be there because they get me out of my apartment, and it only costs 15 cents. So why the fuck not?
Yeah, AMC offering 15-cent
Plus, there's an
tickets.
AMC like I think 10-minute drive away from me. So
Well, I want to know. I'm waiting for the article to go through because I don't have ad blocker on.
yeah.
It's from Deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Um, AMC offering 15-cent tickets on August 20th, reopening to celebrate 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
But do they say what they're playing, or is it just gonna be whatever's out?
I think it depends on theaters, but we did a story on it in our newscast. I mean, it's
Okay.
the same thing that's been going on, where it's a lot of classic stuff. Like I've seen Jurassic Park Flash, I've seen Back to the Future, Star Wars, Black Panther has been floated out there. So
Hold on. I gotta
uh,
look for. I'm gonna look real quick. Okay, hold on. Um, are there no more AMC's in Charleston?
I thought AMC, or I thought there was one AMC in Charleston, isn't there?
Okay, Citadel.
Okay, yeah,
Citadel might be AMC
right, because
still.
that has the IMAX. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Citadel Mall. Okay, hold on. Sorry, keep going, Zach.
But yeah, so I mean that's the biggest thing is 15 cents. AMC's reopening back up. Apparently, Fox and Disney are pretty excited about this because I did see this and I saw the new trailer for it and I thought it was a mistake at the end, but I guess it's not because New Mutants is finally planning to open on the 28th of August, which is I can't believe they're actually pulling the trigger on that. I guess they just
That's
finally
coming
want to
out.
get
Yeah.
that. That's actually coming out, which is surprising, but I guess they just finally want to put that behind them and be like, all right, we're tired of delaying this. The first opportunity we got, throw it in. Who gives a fuck if it makes money or not? Just get it off our plates. So that's there. I guess Tenet got an official re-release of September 3rd for AMC, which was nice. So I'll probably watch that when that does come to AMC, as long as they don't fucking close them again.
So I'm looking at the seat selection,
Mm-hmm.
and like, can I sit next to somebody?
I would hope not. I've seen a bunch of stuff that they're focusing on like social distancing and whatnot. So I would hope that unless you like buy two tickets together, then you
Oh,
could
okay,
probably
hold
sit
on.
together.
They have them separated. Okay.
Yeah.
That yeah, because they have the seats that you can't pick. Okay, I thought they were sold. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm
because
looking
I
at
think
this.
all AMC's do assigned seating now, I think. So it should be
Yeah,
fairly easy for them to be able to do it.
so I'm looking at the Citadel screening of our
Mhm.
IMAX theater for
Yeah.
a 7 p.m. August
Ooh,
20th showing of
okay.
Back to the Future.
There you go.
It's going to cost me $11 for two tickets.
That's not too bad.
Oh, it's 15 cents.
Which day? Is it
August
Thursday?
20th. Yeah, Thursday.
That is weird. It should be 15 cents.
Yeah, it says ticket.
That's weird.
Maybe it's because I'm buying it online. It says
Maybe.
ticket fan event 381. Convenience fee is $3. Tax is it's $11 for two, so it's still whatever. But my theater is playing. I'll run through this real quick. You can see if you
I'm looking at my theater right now.
Trolls World Tour, The Hunt, Invisible Man, Doolittle, Jumanji: The Next Level, Bohemian Rhapsody, Beauty and the Beast, Jurassic World, Iron Man, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Karate Kid, Ghostbusters, E.T., Jaws, and then American Deep State.
I would watch Jaws. Fuck, dude.
You're gonna watch Jaws over? I've never seen Back to the
Hold
Future
on.
in theaters.
I'm looking to see what mine has. Let's see here. I know that they have that new Russell Crowe movie coming out too,
Yeah,
but I
that,
think that's not till Friday. It looks like. Hold on. I'm trying to see what the fuck. See a movie. There we go. What the fuck? Why is it so fucking hard? Where's my show times? I just want fucking show times. God damn it. Hold the fuck on. Why can I not? Why do I feel like an old man who can't navigate a fucking website? What the fuck? Theaters plan to reopen on August 20th. August 20th. There we go. Jesus Christ. All right. Oh my God. All right. Well, fuck. Well, they're showing Beauty and the Beast, and all those showings are sold out. Uh, they're showing Bloodshot. All of those are sold out. They're showing the Goonies. All of those are sold out. Jesus Christ. Am I even going to be able to watch a movie? Sonic the Hedgehog. That's all sold out. Grease. Also sold out. Empire. Sold out. Ghostbusters. Also sold out. I can't even go and watch a fucking movie.
I
God
wonder.
damn it, dude.
That's the only one AMC in your area.
There's another one at Disney, but I assume it's probably the same. Let me look. Disney Springs, Disney, AMC, Back to the Future sold out. Bloodshot. Also, the Disney one is like 45 minutes away from me, so it would have to actually be something that I want to see. It's all sold out. Maybe you just can't buy
Oh,
tickets online. I don't know.
maybe that
I
too.
can't believe they're all sold out already.
And my other AMC's not even doesn't even have the show times for the 20th posted yet.
This is just on EMC's website. I don't trust this fucking bullshit. Let me go on fucking Fandango. This is such fucking nonsense. Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me all of these tickets are sold out? What bullshit. Hold on. Now I'm pissed. If I really can't go on Thursday and watch a goddamn movie, I'm gonna be pissed. I really can't. What? Fuck! God damn it. Now I'm mad.
Now you want
Can
to
I
go
watch
what?
it on Friday?
But it's only the 20th is the anniversary, dude.
It's the 15th. I can watch something on Friday. None of those are sold out. All right, maybe I'll just watch something on Friday then.
How much?
I might watch The
well,
Goonies. I would love to see The Goonies in theaters.
That'd be rad.
I would watch The Goonies or Ghostbusters at this point.
How? Hold on. So I had these tickets selected. I didn't buy them yet, but I can't go back to them because I don't have.
Hmm.
It's that thing where like, hey, these seats are already selected. But I'm like, yeah, those are mine. Cause I backed
Yeah.
out of the page. I'm like, I wanted to buy these seats.
Interesting.
I don't understand what's happening. Okay, that's cool though. I'm excited to see that if that happens. We'll talk about that in the podcast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Zach, hit the next topic as I try to buy these tickets.
Hold on. All right. Next topic that we got going on. You hate to see it. You really do. But Halo Infinite has been delayed in a surprise to nobody.
It's so ridiculous, dude.
I just don't. I think the reason they gave was the most ridiculous shit ever. Where they were like, "Oh, it's COVID stuff has caused us to be delayed." I was like, "Okay, but like you acted like everything was fine like 2 fucking weeks ago, so I don't know what the fuck changed in like the span of
Yeah.
14 days."
Like, you're going to show us this trailer and be like, hey, we're expecting potentially a release at launch. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just like I don't know. It's. I mean I really don't care too much because just like I don't really care about Halo that much.
Oh, I don't give a shit either.
But it's still just kind of like the principle of the matter, where it's just like y'all fuckers knew you were going to delay it. I don't know why you tried to play it like everything was going to be fine if it's like 14 days later and you're like, oh no, we have to delay it until 2021. So
Yeah, like you know you're not going to have it done. You knew that before
yeah, I mean
the
at
event
that
happened.
point, yeah, I mean at that point they knew that they were going to delay it. So it's just like I don't know why they didn't just do it at the event.
Yeah, exactly. And you tell me within 5 days or 6 days or however long it's been since then, like something drastically changed that hard. Like no,
Yeah,
you knew the whole time.
yeah, 100%.
What
You
the
knew.
fuck is going on? Sorry, I'm trying to buy these tickets still, and it's messing up.
No, you're fine. Oh shit, no. Maybe I'll go to Disney because they've got the Train to Busan sequel playing. Actually,
That's already out.
apparently it's coming out Friday. So
That movie's already out. Didn't they just start filming that like recently?
I think they started filming last year.
I thought that we talked about it on the podcast when you watched the first one.
Maybe. Has it been that long? I think I watched the
don't
first one in
know.
like January. I don't know. They've got tickets available for it on Friday, so
Oh shit! Hold on, I'm trying to remember my credit card number.
trying to see what else there is. Let's see. AMC Disney has Jumanji, Black Panther, Beauty and the Beast, Ghostbusters, Star Wars, Train to Busan, Grease, Back to the Future,
There you go.
and Goonies. It's really do I want to drive 45 minutes to watch Back to the Future? Yes.
I would.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to do it. Literally, on my drive is. What the fuck is going on?
Do I also want to drive that far to watch Goonies? Yes. Yes, I do. I want to watch both of these. I'll probably watch Back to the Future one day and then go to the next day and fucking watch Goonies, because why the
Wait,
fuck
is
not?
the next day gonna be cheap still or no?
Well, I mean, they're probably not going to be like. I mean, they're not going to be. I mean, I can't watch anything on Thursday, so I already can't do the 15-cent thing. So at this point, it's
Right.
just like, do I want to actually get out and watch it? And I say yes. Yes, I do. I probably won't drive to Disney to watch Goonies. I'll probably just go to the mall one, but because I can. But I have to. If I want to watch Back to the Future, I got to take a trip.
I
But I
know,
do want to.
man.
But I do want to take a trip. I would take a trip to watch Back to the Future.
I want to so bad. It's just not working. It's not letting me do it.
I can't believe it's not letting you do it.
It's not letting me do
But
it.
I have
Man.
to watch the late showing, which is fine with me because I got to take a nap anyways on Fridays because I'm fucking dead tired. So I'll have to watch the 6 p.m. one, but I will watch the 6 p.m. one.
Oh, I think I figured it out.
Oh, fuck, dude. These chickens are still fucking cheap, dude. It's fucking $5.33. That's cheap as fuck. I'll buy that shit right fucking now.
This is the podcast of trying to
This
buy
is the
tickets.
podcast.
Mine's processing right now.
Oh, there's coupons too?
There we go.
Honey.com, baby. I got them coops. Coops ready to go.
We got them.
Let's see. You already have the best price. Oh, that is the best price.
What's that meme? We got them.
We got him! Got him!
No,
I
it's
think we just got him.
Is it Mr. President? We found him or something like. Or was it something like that?
Is it?
I don't know. All I know is that I got these tickets.
Oh, maybe this is why they're sold out. Because I think they're only showing like. Yeah, they only have like 10 seats available, so that's why. This is some bullshit.
Is it sold out or no?
No, it's not sold out, but it's probably why it's sold out on Thursday because they're only doing like 10 fucking seats. But then they have the entire front row, which makes no fucking sense. This is dog shit. Oh well, I can go in the back row, which is what I prefer. So.
Oh yeah, I'm still mad because I had the two with the dividers. My first time pulling it up. I picked the two best seats right in the middle.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get them because they were still holding them for me. So I had to pick the two seats to the right, which I don't mind, but I don't love as much as the center.
Right.
Which is, whatever.
As close to the center as I can be in the back. So, Jason, what's the next topic? Well, I buy my tickets.
Yeah. I want to talk about probably this Avatar business.
Dude, this shit makes me sad, man.
So, Avatar: The Last Airbender is coming to Netflix. Live action series, and a couple years ago, when
the cartoon's already on Netflix.
The cartoon's on Netflix, but the live action series is coming to Netflix.
Yes.
Made by Netflix. And a couple years ago, we mentioned it on the podcast, I believe. But attached to it, was the creators of the show. I think it's like Brian and Michael. Michael DiMartino.
I think Michael is
Brian
what I read. Yeah.
Conizzo are the two creators of the show, and they were attached to be like EPs, and I assume help write scripts or something. I don't know. But just recently, I think a few days ago, those guys left. They both left the project, and I'm gonna paraphrase parts of what they were saying.
Back to the Future's in the tank. Let's go.
What time are you seeing it?
6.
We're seeing it at 7.
All right.
So August 20th.
So we'll text after, and we'll be like, yeah, Back to the Future was amazing.
As going into it, I'll make sure I sing Earth Angel.
Yes.
But for the Avatar stuff.
Yes, Avatar.
Both creators came out on Instagram, social media, posted their official quotes about why they were leaving.
Yeah.
But the one thing that stuck out to me was from DiMartino, who in his article, what stuck out to me in his statement was one where he says, and this is the quote here, I'm looking at the quote. And who knows, Netflix's live action adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be a show many of you end up enjoying, but what I can be certain about is that whatever version ends up on screen, it will not be the version that Brian and I envisioned or intended to make. Now,
This is also the first time of hearing this though, because I feel like for the most part, Netflix usually gives their whoever they give money to a lot of creative leeway. So the fact that there's pushback like this
I
is
just don't
strange.
understand and obviously we won't know what happens until the NDA is over, if there is one, or
Yeah.
if there ever will be an over for the NDA or whatever it is. I
Hmm.
just don't understand that if it was creative differences between Netflix and these two guys over
Hmm.
content of like where the show should be or how they're portraying these characters,
Hmm.
whatever it is, I understand that Netflix has the property rights to make this version of it,
Hmm.
but the show is so loved, and
Yeah.
it's clearly loved when they put it on Netflix, and it's a resurgence of attraction to the
It
show.
becomes like a top trending thing on Twitter like once a week now
It's
with
such a
like
popular
Avatar
show,
shit.
and amongst people our age who were the demographic when it came out,
Hmm.
of people younger than us who are a newfound demographic for it because
Yeah.
of Netflix, because of like like people on TikTok who I'm on TikTok every day, just like kind of being the old guy on TikTok. But
Hmm.
like these kids who were not who these kids who were fucking like uh, not yet born are talking
Right.
about this show. Like what the show aired. Was it 2004 when the show started airing?
I think so. That sounds right because it started airing when I was like in elementary school, so it had to be around that time.
It
I
Okay, it
think.
started in 2005.
Yeah, so I think yeah, so it started probably when I was around like fourth or fifth grade. That sounds right. So
2005. Well, 2005, I was in middle school. My first year of high school was '07, so I was in like seventh grade when this started.
hmm.
So, I mean, I obviously saw a little older than demo, a little older than demo,
Yeah.
a couple years older, maybe like no, you're looking at probably like fifth, sixth grade as the demographic, but I'm in that age range. It's anime based, so you're obviously aiming for a more of a 13, 14, 15-year-old demographic. That's
Yeah.
me at the time. But you have kids who are born in like '02,
Hmm.
2000, 2001, 2003, who are 15, 16 years old now, who are talking about the show, or kids who are 20 now who are born 2000 who are like talking about the show. So you have this whole new wave of popularity amongst kids who never got the chance to watch the show when it aired because they were literally nothing,
Not born.
not born, non-existent. They weren't there, or they were they were 6 months old, 1 year old, whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever the beef was between Netflix and these two guys, like I think as a in my humble opinion, as someone who's never made a TV show before, I would assume if I know this property is so immensely popular and loved, it makes money even to this day in various forms of between toys and comic
Hmm.
books and trending on Twitter and Instagram, and people quote so much of the show all the time still.
Yeah.
If they sit there and say to us in our meetings, "Hey, I don't like the way this is being done,"
Hmm.
within reasonable amount of range, I would probably say, let's listen to these guys.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to know these characters' heart or arcs or direction more than them, really.
Right.
Now, if they're going to pull like a Lucas and be like, midichlorians, maybe we go, hey guys, listen, maybe not. But they're talking about character stories or character motivations of like Zuko or someone like that. Like,
Hmm.
these guys created those characters. Wouldn't they know the best option for the live action route?
Yeah. Definitely.
Like because that was the big difference with the movie. Clearly, like
Clearly.
like it took five dudes to like move one little rock.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what the issue is, but it's a bad sign
Yeah.
for me. I'm not sure how you feel.
No, I mean, it definitely doesn't like put me in a positive mindset for this series going forward. Especially, I mean, I feel like it's not a good look when the original creators of the series are like, "This is not what we want."
Right, absolutely.
So, I mean, that automatically rubs me the wrong way. So, I mean, it's like they say, maybe it turns out and it's good, maybe, but I mean, this is definitely not a great sign for the series going forward. So, yeah,
Completely agree. Moving ahead along,
yeah,
Cyberpunk 2077 had some more stuff come
woo,
out. Trailers from their new Night
hell
City
yeah,
Wire. Two specific new stuff. One
Yes.
trailer was all the life paths. The
Hmm.
other trailer was more all about weaponry. Zach, how do you feel about either one or any of the particular parts that stood out to you?
I mean, the Life Paths one was fairly cut and dry. I mean, I like it a lot because it digs into that RPG tabletop aspect. Which I mean, I knew they were going to get into because I mean, you have the guy that is the original creator of the Cyberpunk
Huh?
tabletop.
Almost as though he knows the most about cyberpunk.
Almost, it's almost like having somebody who's the creator of said medium, said IP, somebody that you should listen to.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I mean I like that aspect of it a lot. I liked what I was seeing. And I mean they've talked about this aspect of it before of like the life paths and like the background created for your character is something that will lead into further decision trees and quest lines and stuff like that later on in the game. And so I like that. But they showed that tools of destruction. There's some sweet looking weapons in this fucking game,
Yeah.
dude.
What do you? What path are you gonna pick? First run.
Um, I think I don't know, because I mean the thing that I tend to lean towards with RPGs is the like the street kid kind of aspect to it. I
Mhm.
like that like Aladdin, born on the rough and tumble streets,
Oh,
like
Street Rat.
street rat type of shit where it's just I was born in the streets, I got the street smarts. That's kind of the thing that I know of. I feel like especially in this type of game where it's like the gangs rule, I feel like having that sort of like street level aspect of like knowing how to navigate the different you know armies and mafias and whatnot that rule the streets, I feel like is something that is an interesting aspect. But I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to do something a little bit different, something outside of my comfort zone, so I might go corporate because it's not
So
something that I normally do.
my initial reaction was, okay, it depends on what character I'm trying to build or
Yeah,
copy. If I'm trying to make, Tetsuo,
yeah,
I'm
you gotta
gonna
go street kid for
Street
that.
Kid,
Yeah,
right? If
yeah,
I'm trying to build Max,
yeah.
it's obviously I'm gonna pick the
The
whatever
nomad.
the Vagabond, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, I was really like, you know what?
If you want to make
I'm gonna go Corpo. I
Captain,
think.
I think yeah, it's if you want to make what is it? What is her name? Oh my god, I can't remember her fucking name. Captain Kusanagi?
Major.
Major Kusanagi. I mean
But
that's
she's
corporate.
not really corporate though. She's military, so that should have been an option.
But
It
I
should have
feel like
been
I mean I feel like the corporate aspect kind of gets into the more like mercenary militaristic aspect
sure.
of it.
My reaction was, okay, I'm gonna pick Corpo because I want to be a cop, like cop
Yeah.
background or like PMC kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but also to me, that's also like where that's where Thomas Anderson started
Yeah.
as a Corpo.
That's true.
For
Before
those
he
of you
broke
who
free of
don't
the
know, he
machine.
broke free and he
Yeah. After he had
became
a giant bug stuffed into his belly button, he was
after
able to
he
break free.
transgendered into the one into the one. I think the trailer was good, man. I'm going katanas. I'm going
I
katanas all day.
they didn't show the one thing that I wanted to see more of, which was like the like razor wire, the heat wire type of shit. But I want to go fucking thermo katana for sure.
Yeah, that
God
looks
damn,
rad.
dude, that shit looks fucking
Looks
rad.
rad. I'm gonna go. I'm
That the
going.
mantis blades look sick too.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
going katanas and pistols.
yeah, those smart guns.
But
Oh my
but
god, those smart guns look fucking sick.
I play very aggressively, so
Yeah.
I want to be like a big guy with a really cool coat, and I'm just
Hmm.
gonna go around there and just fucking
You're gonna be one of the what are they
working
called?
shit.
The what are they called? The Sasquatch. The Sasquatch is not what they're called. What are they called? Juicers? The ones that are like the super
The Ju-
aggro.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be
Uh,
that big, but yeah,
you don't want to be that big? Oh, dude, I kind of
nah.
want to be that big.
I
Fucking
don't
beach
want.
bod, fucking
I don't
Arnold
want to
Schwarzenegger
be.
running around
What's
here.
that guy from Tekken? With the robot.
Jack.
I don't want to be him. Let's hit maybe one or two more things so we can cut you loose, Zach, so you can
All right.
go on your trip and buy figs.
Uh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is rebooting. On NBC, Peacock stuff. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't. I knew it was coming because, of course, it is.
Of course it is. I mean, I get it. I mean, The trailer was fine. I think we talked about this trailer when it came out because it came out like a year ago, I think. I feel like we talked about it. I mean, it's an interesting aspect. I like that it's not just going to be a straight like comedy retread, I guess. But I feel like it's going to do the Riverdale thing, and the Riverdale thing sucks. So,
I don't know if it's going to do that, but I think it's going to be more clearly. It's already focused on like race relation stuff.
yeah.
So it's gonna go. It's gonna be dived in super heavy, which the original show obviously had that too. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
saying
mean,
it
yeah,
didn't.
it definitely did.
Definitely did. It tackled those questions in a good way. I
Yeah.
just don't know. The part of the show that made it so good was that it was still had humor to balance out the
Yeah.
seriousness. I just don't know what you can do besides making it a super dramatic drama.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really don't know. I also don't think I care enough because it's not
Mm.
Will Smith, and no matter who you cast,
Yeah.
it's not going to come close to because even Will Smith acting dramatically is great. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those series that we get. It's one of those issues where we come back to like the hey, can we reboot something for money? Hey, can we
Hmm.
reboot it to make money so we know people are going to watch it? Whether or not it fits time for politics or whatever it is, like
Hmm.
it's such a I don't know. My big it reminds me like when they remade 24
Hmm.
with the new guy, and it just was so bad.
Yeah.
It almost kind of made me not want to watch the original show ever again.
Hmm.
Not that this would do that, but
Yeah.
people just got for the first time in a long time, just got the opportunity to watch the original show on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Let them watch that. I mean, obviously, this HBO Max is not Peacock, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Well, I probably won't watch it.
Yeah. I don't think I'd watch it either. I don't know. It's not something that like really gravitates towards me. And yeah, I would rather just watch the original show because I think it's such a great show.
And again, there's so much humor and heart to that show, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, who the fuck you gonna get to play to Uncle Phil? Like, what the fuck? Can't have anybody
yeah,
replace him.
yeah, I
You
don't
can't
know,
have
man.
anybody replace Will Smith or Uncle Phil. So I just don't know what they would even do. I don't know.
Exactly. Um, I think we should end it with this.
All right.
Neutron is supposedly coming with a new director who I've never heard of, but it's supposed to star Jared Leto.
So is this supposed to be my main thing? Is this supposed to be a sequel to Tron Legacy?
That, from what I've read, I don't think they've. I think
Because
it's
I
Tron
actually
3.
really liked Tron Legacy.
It says Tron 3, so I'm going to assume it's supposed to be a sequel.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be called Tron Ares, is what their people are saying now.
Okay.
Um, and Jared Leto is talking about it on Twitter, and they're posting about it. And I also very much like Legacy,
Yeah.
and I really like Tron. And Jared Leto seems to be down
Yeah.
with Tron from his posting on Twitter and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I don't know what the story can be or what they're gonna do.
I don't know either. I hope they don't. I mean, I kind of do and I don't. I don't. I really don't want them to just bring back. Um, oh my God. Why did I almost say Kurt Russell? It's not Kurt Russell.
Bridges.
Bridges, yeah. Jeff Bridges. Because I feel like they wrapped his story up pretty well in Legacy. I just don't know what else you would do. I feel like they're probably not going to bring back.
What's the over under of him being a program who finds humanity and then escapes the program?
Hmm.
Almost like a reverse Matrix.
I could see. I feel like it's probably like a 50-50 type of thing.
I don't know how he would escape it because he's in a video game. But like
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's a movie that I'm looking forward to seeing in theaters
Hmm.
for sure. Well, Zach, I want to call the podcast now. We're at an
Okay.
hour and 44. I want you to
We
go and
are.
get on the road real quick before we
Yes.
end it.
Yes.
What are you hunting for at this convention?
I am hunting for Godzilla, some classic WWF figs, Ultimate Warrior, maybe a Macho Man if I can find him. I would love to get a Macho Man.
But
Those are the big
do you have a
things.
specific line that you're looking for in terms of macho? Because there's gonna be a ton of macho if they have macho.
know. I'm not super into toys as far as I don't know specific lines.
Yeah.
It's really just if the design of the toy grabs me, I usually gravitate towards it.
So the the big ones you're gonna look for Macho Man.
Mm-hmm.
They just released one recently. It's the Elite figures, which are the current line of
Okay.
6 inch.
Yeah.
Those ones. The LJN, which is the original
Okay.
80s toys. Those are the ones that are more collectible. Probably
Mm-hmm.
$40, $50 for a decent one.
Okay.
And then they have the Hasbro's, which is the 90s ones, which are the next ones. Those are the
Okay.
big, like, collectible ones. Obviously, they make a ton of them in between with,
Right.
like, the Jakks Pacific stuff, which are, like, the...
Yeah.
When we were kids, that was the toys they made.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you'll find a ton of machos. And then with, like, Gojira, Godzilla shit, there's so much.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Between, like, NECA has a ton of them, and, there's a ton of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what I think you should be looking out for, because at these toy conventions, usually they're stores or collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Look for shit that like you wouldn't think that you would want to buy. Stuff like
Okay.
Street Sharks, or like things that like you that were, when you
Oh,
were kids.
that reminds me. I didn't have Street Sharks, but did you ever have this toy when you were a kid where it was like Street Sharks. It was like dinosaurs. It was like gangster. It was
I don't.
like street dinosaurs. Hold on.
I don't
Street
think
dinosaurs.
so. I was a Street Sharks kid.
Gotta find them. Because I had like a couple of these when I was a kid, and I like fucking love these fucking things. Oh, here it is. It's like this one. I don't know what.
Is it
This is like
called?
almost exact. It's like almost the exact one that I had. Uh, what is it? Street. Oh, it's called. I guess it's part of the Street Sharks line. Extreme Dinosaurs War Paint.
Oh yeah.
But I had a bunch of these, and I had the Triceratops too. God, I thought these things were so fucking rad.
Yeah, it looks just like Street Sharks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never had any of these. I had a ton of Street Sharks. I had a ton of Mighty Ducks. Were big for me. Before we end the podcast, so you can go. Oh, did my camera go away?
I don't think so. I still see you.
Hold on. There we go. Like I'm on the capture, I went to something else. I think maybe it was like screen capturing the Skype window or something. Before you go,
Yes.
I want to ask you something.
Tell me.
To look for me, and if you find something, obviously I'll pay you.
Okay.
You probably won't find anything because they only made.
Let me write it down.
They only made so many of these things, and I found them on eBay, but they're just, I need to see in person, kind of hard.
Okay.
I'm looking for SWAT cats.
Oh shit, dude. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look.
I found SWAT cats things on eBay, but they're really overpriced, and I can't tell because it's on eBay, so I can't see everything. But I'm looking for SWAT cats, and there's a convention in November up in Greer. That's supposed to happen that I'm trying to go to. I'm gonna be looking for some SWAT cats there.
Okay.
But that's kind of all I'm looking for right now. Obviously Joe's, but I'm not doing old Joe's. I'm only doing the new Joe's. If I end up getting that JP bug with these figs, I'm just gonna be buying the new Jurassic stuff if I end up liking them.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But all right, Zach, dude, you have a fun time at this.
Is this true?
Con.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
What's your budget?
Oh, I don't think I probably want to try to spend more than like $150. I think that would probably be like the max limit that I would want to spend. Because I got a little bit, because I got some overtime, because we had a tropical storm, so I had a little bit of leeway. But I don't think I would probably. I think the max would be like $200. Would be like what I'd be willing to shell out.
Well, I wish you happy hunting.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing about the haul, man.
Yeah, man. I'll let you know. I'll definitely try to pick up some good shit. And I'll keep my eyes out for some
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know what you should end up buying? You should buy some gargoyles.
Fuck, dude. If I found gargoyles, holy fuck. I might actually have to
Street Sharks, which they look great. The Street Sharks look great. Street Sharks, you should buy. Sherlock Holmes in the 21st century, what the fuck that show was called. You should look for fucking like I said, you should look for Gargoyles
Mm-hmm.
or what's another show from our childhood I can think of? I don't know. Find something cool.
I'm trying to think.
Because the good thing about before we go, I
Yeah.
have the entire line
Mm-hmm.
of Stargate the movie figures in
Ooh.
package, in box, all the vehicles, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because they only made so many, and people don't care about Stargate, but I like Stargate.
Yeah.
So I have the entire run of all the figures, all the vehicles, everything in package, boxed up, brand new.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me because I love Stargate, and people don't really care about Stargate the movie. People do, but the show's more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a ton of toys for the show, but they're way more overpriced and they're a little rarer and they're overpriced because people like me who like Stargate want those toys, but that's like it's like 30 people arguing over the same fucking toys, right?
Right.
So I like going on eBay and looking at brand or toys or brands that people aren't popular but I like Mummy's
Mm-hmm.
Alive. Like
Yeah.
no one fucking cares about Mummy's Alive. I like a Mummy's Alive,
Yeah.
right? Or like the Mummy toys.
Yeah.
I want to collect every Mummy figure of Brendan Fraser from the first two movies. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
like I like looking at toys that are like forgotten things that people wouldn't think have something, but that's like my favorite thing. You
Yeah.
know, Transformers are going to be there. You
Yeah.
know, Joes are going to be there. Power Rangers are
Mm-hmm.
going to be there. Wrestling's going to be. You know, those big things are going to be there. But looking for the old thing that just strikes some nostalgia in your brain, like you know what?
Yeah.
Yo, I like that shit. Um, well, so keep me posted, Zach,
Yeah.
on the
100%,
hunt
dude.
on the hunt, man. I'm looking forward to it. So,
Yeah, man.
well, guys, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. See you back next week with more License to View.